Okay, so now we're going to talk about systems, and this is going to go pretty quick. Systems of linear equations, that's when you have two or more equations, two or more y equals equations, or two equations you could rearrange to y equals. What does it mean to be a solution? It's an ordered pair that is true for all equations in the system. So if you have two equations, both equations have to be true for that single one ordered pair that you are given. So how can we look at this in our calculator? Easy. So we're going to look at this. So I have two equations. Remember, you want them to be in y equals mx plus b form if you're going to use your calculator. So I'm going to clear my memory. We're going to go to y equals, and we're going to type in negative x minus 2. And then here we're going to type in 1/3 x plus 2. And now since I'm typing in two equations at once, we're going to change that shading of our line. So I want to make this a thicker line just so I can recognize both of them in my graph screen. And I'm going to hit graph. And I'm going to see what this is, even though our windows are slightly different. But I want to see that x, okay? This is what I'm looking for. Well, I want to find out that intersection point is exactly where our solution is for intersecting lines for a system. So I'm going to use my calculator to find that because I may not be able to see that on my picture on the paper clearly. So second trace, you're going to pick option 5 for intersect. And the intersection point is at the point -3, 1. And if we look, -3, 1, that is that exact point, -3, 1. So if your lines cross, your solution is that point that they meet up at. Okay, so we're going to go back to y equals, and we're going to clear out y1. We're going to type in negative x minus 2, negative x plus 2, and we're going to hit graph. And notice, just like on here, we have parallel lines. Well, because they never meet or cross, they do not share an x value and a y value because parallel lines never meet. So your solution is no solution. You literally are going to write the words no solution. Don't write 0 because 0 is a number they can cross at. And then here, infinitely many solutions. I'm going to show you my calculator. So we're going to type this in. So we're going to type in negative x minus 1. And then for the second one, I've got to rearrange it. So I'm going to move that x over. Negative 1, and that's going to be minus x. So it's going to be y equals -1 minus x. And I'm going to hit graph. And there's y1. And if you notice, y2 graphs right over y1, which tells me that they're the same line and they overlap. So they literally share every single ordered pair. And you can check that in the table. If you look, every y value for the first equation and the second equation are the exact same. So they have all the same points, which is why they have infinite solutions. And we say infinite solutions because we do not want to list out every single ordered pair in this XY table. We would even have to include the decimal x values. So it's just faster to say infinite solutions.